3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Let's get ready to suck it!
Welcome to your doom.
Snack bar, Lambeau Field. I was scalded by the cheese of a flaming hot nacho.
You play to win the game.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
It's from a slice of gabagool.
Oh, this hard goddamn work being this good.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dudecast with your two favorite dudes. I'm Dom. He's Mark. And we're back again, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode.
And I don't remember if this was episode 48 or 49.
You're right. 48 it is.
It was 48. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
There we go.
On the Chop Sports YouTube page. We're in the Chop Studios. Madawan, Jers, Dave behind the big padded wall. And I don't have the boss bitch here tonight. She's gone, folks. She is in Key West, Florida.
Florida junk.
Being Florida junk. But instead we have in her place a special guest. It is the one and only Big Yams.
What up?
Brian. Is it, you pronounce your last name Senator or is it Senator? I knew I was right the first time.
Nice.
Yeah. So Brian here, I've known him for a minute. He is an accomplished barber. He's a social media personality. He's starting a clothing company. He's doing a lot of things. So we wanted to have him on the show. And
you should have had me on with the number of the episode. You should have waited until it was 69.
that would have been.
I would have preferred to be on episode 69.
69 would have been good.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, we were talking about episode 60 doing a power hour episode and just drinking beer every minute for the entire episode.
A shot of beer every.
And I don't
60
drink
seconds.
anymore.
And
I don't drink anymore. So like I haven't drank in like a year and a half.
Dude,
so like if I did that, I would immediately throw up.
Yeah, that'll ruin your life.
So back in the day, we used to
100%.
do this where we created compilations of Power Hour mixes on CD. So we would do like 60-second
themes.
clips of songs, and then after the 60-second mark, you take a shot of beer. So we would do, like Mark was saying, TV like show themes, like all classic like 80s and 90s like sitcom themes.
Yeah.
And at the end, every 60 seconds, like a horn or something will go off. And that's where we do it. So we did it with that. We've done it with wrestling themes, a few other ones as well. But like, it always went past the hour.
Yeah,
mark.
so
so we
always
called
make
it
them an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half.
Forget it. At
it
least
doesn't stop.
bare minimum hour and a half.
Yeah, it just keeps going until it's too late.
Those are the best.
Always.
But yeah, actually, it's funny. Like the way we met, I think is hilarious. Still, like we met because we were both dating girls that were living together.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that story.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, bro, I forgot about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That house is crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
When you think
Shout
about
out.
that house is crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Both nuts.
Yeah, complete whack jobs. I was like, I'm surprised
Dude,
we
I
got
forgot.
alive.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about that. Fuck, man. See, at least
Yeah.
for you though, you like
I got out.
Yeah, I'm stuck, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Like in one way or another,
I
man.
know.
Like,
But
I'm
it's probably,
stuck.
but it's the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm the same with.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my son's the best.
Yeah.
Dude. Love that kid to death.
I was going to
Absolutely.
assume
Would
there's
die
a
for
child
him in a
out of
second.
this. Okay.
100, yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, would die for him in a second. But yeah, it's just the other part, not so
Yeah,
great.
not so great.
Not so great. Could do without that. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
But
that
yeah, I
was-
forgot that
yeah,
that is
that
how
was
we met.
how
yeah,
we
I
met.
forgot about that.
Yeah, because I remember I just showed up one day. I'm like, oh, good, there's somebody
Yeah.
else to suffer with me in this place. This is great.
I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to
Yeah.
connect your dots now.
Yeah, it was. What's
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Without naming
Because when she
names.
first moved here, she
dating
stayed up.
her.
She stayed there.
Okay.
yeah, she moved. His ex moved into my ex's apartment
Yeah.
when she first moved up here from like some
Yeah,
other
like
state, right?
yeah, the way yonder.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
yonder.
Yeah, fucking yeah,
The dark
wherever,
yonder.
wherever she came from.
When she rose up from the depths of hell,
Yeah,
she came
yeah.
up here.
Yeah, and then she moved into my ex's apartment at the time, and I like she made it out to me like they were best pals.
Right?
Come to
I thought
find
the
out,
same
they
thing.
knew each other for like 2 months through the internet.
Yeah.
Sketch.
Before she just was like, "Yeah, you can fucking leave your home state and move
live
into
with
my
me."
apartment." Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is gonna be a disaster."
Yeah, and she made
This is
the
not
same
gonna
thing.
work out.
Same thing. I'm like, oh, these girls know each other for years.
Yeah, dude.
they go
That's
back
what I thought.
years.
I thought they known each other for so long.
That's
and
how you go.
they did
Girls are
not.
crazy. When crazy girls are crazy,
Insane.
that's how they crazy.
Yeah, dude. If I knew some guy for like 2 months, there is no shot you're moving into my house.
Yeah.
0%
Oh, no way.
chance.
Yeah.
No
That's
way.
Have you met my
crazy.
best friend? Only been best friends for 2 months.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen with dudes.
No,
Dudes don't do that.
Yeah, I've been
Never,
friends with
dude.
him since second grade.
Dude, I've been like friends with a guy at my gym for like 6 months. I don't even know his name.
Those are the best.
What's up, man?
Like we just give a fist bump every morning, like, hey, good job.
Because
and then, like,
it's the
that's
respect
it.
factor only. The
Yeah.
friendship is based on only respect and,
That's it,
and
dude.
like it's like I'll see you later.
It's like, you're a
That's it,
solid
dude.
guy. I'm
like,
a solid
hope you
guy.
have a good day. But
Yeah.
like, I really don't need to know your name. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna see you any other place but here. And if I do,
Yeah.
it'll be a pleasant surprise. And I'll say, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah,
Like,
dude. That's
yeah.
it, dude.
You're
I
the
hit
gym
everybody
guy.
with dude.
Yeah.
Everybody, dude.
That was his. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me, so it was just dude and man for like
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
What's up,
We're
dude?
talking second grade.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What's up, man? What's
What's
up,
up,
dude?
dude? What's up, man?
Yeah,
I was
dude.
I was a
It's the
smooth
best.
braid as a young kid.
Well, it's just so much easier.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who needs names
Yeah,
anyway?
that's why we call it the Dudecast, because everybody here's a fucking dude.
Yeah.
Guys are dudes. Everybody's a dude. I'd say it's up, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could call anybody a dude. Don't
Oh
matter.
yeah, yes, it's a fact.
Yeah.
But all right. So you are a barber, correct? Where do you barber at currently?
So I own a shop called Loyalty Barber Company
Okay.
in Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Wyckoff. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's not where I went and got cut by you, right? You were working.
No, I was
somewhere
working
else.
at it. Yeah, I was working at a different shop at
Yeah.
that time. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That was the next town over though.
Yeah.
So it's right in that same area.
That's why I assumed you were coming from that area, because I'm like, I think it's still in the same general
Yeah.
area.
Yep.
But I remember I got cut by you. As you could tell, that was the last haircut I got.
I'm not far off.
yeah, dude, yeah. Nobody in this room gets haircuts. Dude, I haven't had a haircut in like 6-7 months now
Yeah.
either. So
But
Yeah.
no, and like I said, you did a very good job. And like that, the only reason I haven't gone back up there is because like it was a hike. When
It's
I got
far
there, it
away.
was like a fucking
Yeah.
over
I would
an hour
never
and change.
dude, my
Like,
clients
yeah.
that do come, like I have some clients that come over from New York, not the city, but like upstate New York,
Yeah.
like Suffern and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And like, I mean, dude, respect to anybody that does that, because I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
He
do
lives
it.
right by Port Jarvis.
I don't care how
which
good
is,
the
like,
haircut is. I'm not
that bad
driving
far.
that far to
Yeah.
get a haircut. You know what I mean? So I would
Yeah.
never expect you to every 2 weeks drive it an hour and
Yeah.
an hour back. There's no way, no shot.
Yeah, that's crazy. But like,
Yeah.
what made you start to like want to be a barber? Because
cut.
it's obviously an art form and shit like that. Like, is it
Yeah.
something like one day you were like, fuck, I'm gonna cut hair? Or like, was there like progressive steps to get there? Like,
Yeah,
decided like, okay, I'm gonna cut hair.
Because it's
Fuck
one
it.
thing
Yeah.
to decide on a career path and want to be a barber and cut hair, and then
Yeah.
to take it to the next level and like want to be a business owner,
Mhm.
and then have people
Yep.
under you,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
all those responsibilities
that
that come with it. So
Yeah. I mean, not anybody can just like go out and open a shop. A lot of
Yeah.
people just don't. They just don't have what it takes, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, to like getting into how I
Yeah.
became a barber.
Take us back. I want the
Yeah,
layers.
yeah. I was
Rip
gonna
the
say,
layers
yeah,
back.
it's a little bit of a long story,
Rip
but
them back. I want to hear it.
so as I'm sure you know, like I'm
Mhm.
sober.
Yeah.
And so before I got sober, I had gotten in some trouble, and the judge sent me to a long-term rehab. You had to be there for a minimum of 6 months. It's rehab. You can't just wander off to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So nobody could leave to get a haircut.
Okay.
So there was one guy in there, and I to this day I can't remember his name. I wish I did, so I could try and look him up and kind of thank him.
Yeah.
But he had a pair of clippers, and he would mostly cut everybody's hair on the weekends, just like keep everybody as clean as he could with the tools he had in there. And up until that point, I never really went to a barbershop as a kid. My mom didn't have money. She just buzzed me and my brother's head with the rusty clippers in the closet and called it a day. You know what I mean? That was it. Never had
It
a
wasn't
good
in your
haircut.
goddamn eyes.
Yeah, no, yeah. She didn't care what we looked like as long as our hair wasn't long.
Yeah.
So like I remember it was like one weekend I was just walking by, and he was out on the porch. He was cutting hair. There's a bunch of people hanging out, laughing, joking. There's music playing, and it looked super cool to me. Like I didn't know exactly why, but I was drawn to it for some reason. And I went over and I hung out with him for a little bit, watched him cut hair, just like chilled, watched what was going on. And then later that night, went back to my apartment, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go get his clippers and I'm gonna do some haircuts. I don't know why. Just all of a sudden, all of a sudden in my head, I was like, dude, I'm gonna cut some hair. Like I don't know why, but I want to do that. Whatever he was doing, I want to do that. Because it looked so fun. It looked awesome to me.
You got everybody hanging out, communing.
Yeah,
and
dude.
shit.
Like
vibe.
everyone was having such a good time. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I was like, all right, I'm going to go. I went and knocked on his door, and I asked him if I could borrow his clippers. And he gave them to me. And then I walked around that facility, and I found 3 people who were willing to let me cut their hair.
just off, never ever doing it.
Couldn't, yeah.
Just
Bro,
fucking.
I'm just a guy
I'm
in
winging it.
rehab.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like 6 months out of like
Like
just
active
shooting
addiction
dope,
type
bro.
shit,
Like,
yeah.
like never cut hair a day in my life. And for some reason, they were like, yeah, dude, fucking cut my hair.
cut
Go
it.
for it,
Fuck
dude.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, I cut 3 people's hair. Those were the first 3 haircuts that I ever did on other human beings. And this was still when I lived down in South Carolina.
Okay.
And then I got out of that facility. I called my dad up here and I begged him to let me move back up here. And came back to New Jersey. And then, you know, it was like time to get my life together. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like 25, 26 years old.
Oh yeah, it's the pivotal age.
Yeah,
Big time, man.
yeah, dude.
That's the real. That's the realism age I like to call when you're like you start
Yeah.
seeing the light. Like okay, if I don't do something soon,
It's getting late. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
Had that talk
I had just
before.
been getting
Yeah.
high for so long. Like I had already lost so many years of like all my boys were like making progress and going to
Yeah.
college and doing all these things. And like, meanwhile, I just left like my 7th rehab. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm like, fuck,
yeah,
man. So, you know, I had this like fresh start. My dad let me move in with him, you know, no bills and shit like that. So I had this fresh start. And I was like trying to think of what it is that I wanted to do, what I wanted to pursue with my life. And I sat in my bed one night, I remember, for like quite some time. And just no TV, no music, no nothing, just silence, trying to think of what it was that I wanted to pursue. Because also at that point, I had been getting high for so long that I didn't have like hobbies or
and
passions.
shit.
Yeah, like I didn't
Yeah.
care about anything. I was running the streets
Yeah.
for almost a decade.
okay.
So I was trying to think, like, what do I want to do? What do I like enough that
Yeah,
I could
'cause
see
when you're
myself doing
shit
it forever?
Like that, like you said, when you're running the streets like that, like you lose track of like, you know,
Like that's
real
it,
like
dude.
shit. Like
yeah,
reality
you're not
in
gonna
general.
follow sports. You're not. You don't care.
Nothing,
You're
dude.
not gonna like because like I've noticed.
I didn't keep up with any of my teams
Yeah.
for the longest time.
Yeah, like 'cause I've noticed a lot in like the card collecting community.
Yeah.
like a lot of people who are into like cards and doing all that. They were like once people who were super in active addiction and stuff like that. And they're sober now, but like this is their vice now. Like they're super into
now
Yeah,
like,
like,
they're,
that's their thing.
yeah, like
Yep.
they get hyper fixated on
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I mean like that's you're doing that for so long. Like you said, you don't have fucking hobbies. So what
No,
do you like? To
that's
do? If
it,
I want to
dude.
do something, what the fuck am
you're
I going to do?
completely
Like, I-
rediscovering
blinders.
yourself.
Yeah.
Out of,
Yeah, like I just like the only thing that mattered to me for almost a decade of my life was getting high.
Yeah.
That was it. I remember one time I had a little Chevy S10, bro. I couldn't manage to save up $30 like all at the same time to get the thing in oil change for like a year and a half. Fucking one day.
Every money's just every dollar.
Every penny, dude.
Yeah.
Every dollar I came across was dope.
yeah.
Until one day the engine just seized. The truck was,
Just like,
was dead,
fuck
bro,
you.
because I couldn't get it in
Yeah,
oil
yeah,
change.
yeah.
I
That's one of
couldn't
those, like, fuck you
put together
thing.
$30
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
time. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah, so then I was sitting in my bed thinking, and I remembered the feeling that I got when I did those haircuts, the satisfaction that it gave me
Yeah.
to know that they were happy. Like I made them feel good.
Yeah.
Even though they probably lied. The haircut was fine.
Yeah.
The haircut was dog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They definitely were lying to me. But nonetheless, it made me feel good
Yeah.
to know that I made them feel good. So I just chose barbering. And I went and enrolled in barbering school in Paramus. While I was in that school, I had to take 2 30-day leaves of absence to go to rehab again.
Okay.
Because my plan was like, all right, I'm gonna leave South Carolina, go to New Jersey. Like I'm good. I'll be able to stay
no
sober.
connects and everything.
Yeah.
And
Then I quickly found out about Patterson, New Jersey. You know what I mean? And how close I live to that place.
yeah. If you're up there, you're pretty damn close. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was
My
like
cousin
10
lives up
minutes. I
there.
could be
It's
in Patterson
nuts.
in 10 minutes.
It's
Yeah,
nuts.
dude. Like, and you don't. It's not like when I was getting high in South Carolina. Like, you got to have a phone number. You got to know somebody. You got to have a car to drive to them. Right?
Yeah.
Everything's spread out. And I was like, oh man, like I could just go to Patterson. and
Walk
they're-
down the street.
People
and
are just
they're gonna
out.
offer me drugs.
Yeah, dude, like,
everything you want.
They
just
know
gonna
what you're
offer
there
to you.
for. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're just like, yo, what do you need? I'm
My
like,
cousin
"Oh,
says every
cool."
time he goes to the liquor store, they harass him every time.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's like, I'm a
Yeah,
white dude that
they
lives in
know.
Patterson. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So was there a certain like temptation that made you get, to explore again down that route, or was it just the ease of accessibility that,
No, I
was
don't even think it was-
enticing or
No, I don't think it was the ease of accessibility because when I first made the decision to go get high again, I didn't even know Patterson existed. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I just started hitting up like random friends. Was like, yo, do you know where to get this, that, whatever? And then that led me to like, yeah, just fucking drive down to Patterson. But no, man, I think it was like I wasn't okay inside, right? That's addiction and substances and all that stuff. The substance is never. That's not the problem. That was the solution to the problem. That was internal. That was what fixed me internally. That's what it shut my brain off. Childhood, the trauma, emotions, all that stuff. Like I didn't have to deal or think about any of that stuff. So until later in life, when I realized like how to cope and kind of manage and stuff like that, like I was never able to stay sober. So I think that's what it was. Like I just still hadn't worked on myself at all. None of that shit. So I resorted to the only thing I know to make myself feel better was go get high. So I did that, and 2 more times during barbering school. I had to go to facilities 2 more times for 30 days each. And
But you never got kicked out of barbering school, no?
I didn't. And the reason for that is there is one person that I also fully credit with the fact that I'm here able to be a barber and travel the country and do the things that I do with with this craft. I had a teacher in that facility who was just like me.
Okay.
She was sober for much longer than I obviously was. But she knew what I was going through. She could see. I mean, I'm like nodding off in class. She knew I had a problem. And we became friends. And her boyfriend at the time ended up being my sponsor for a little while.
Okay.
So we were like going to meetings together.
Yeah.
I was having
You're
dinner
getting
at their
tight and
home.
shit,
Like we were friends like on a much deeper level outside of school than anybody else was with her at school. And so every time the administration of the school was fed up with me and the shit I was doing at school and was ready to kick me out, she went to bat for me.
Oh, wow.
And made sure that they did not kick me out.
Wow. So that's a solid motherfucking person right
Oh,
there.
she's awesome. Like to this day, she teaches at a different school now. And every now and then I'll go down to that school and teach those current students a class for free.
Oh,
Nice.
sick. Yeah.
Just as a small repayment to what she did for me. Because
that's,
if I got kicked out of that school, none of this happens.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like
invaluable.
my life is so different
awesome.
if I get kicked out of that school.
What's her name? Give her a shout out.
Miss Shannon. She knows. She knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Shannon, you kick ass. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Shout out Miss
Respect.
Shannon. Yeah. Without her, man, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do this.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So she made sure that I made it through the school. And that was 7 or 8 years ago now that I've been a licensed barber now.
And you were just like kind of bouncing around Chop Shop for a while, and then
Yeah, for a little while.
Say, fuck it, I'm gonna just do my own thing.
Yeah, well, so after I got out of school, I still wasn't sober coming out of school. So I think I worked at like 5 or 6 different shops fresh out of school. And then finally I found this one shop. I stayed there, the one where I cut your hair the one time.
Okay, yeah.
I was there
You were
for like
super
4
dapper
years.
in that one. Maybe you can dress up in that one.
Yeah,
huh?
dude.
It was like
Yeah.
suit style.
Yeah, bro. That was my least favorite part.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
bet.
it was like the old school barber
Yeah,
type
like the-
thing.
Dude,
like
they gave
the
you
whole shtick,
They gave you treatment, dude. It was the hot towel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the
You know,
services were
Sure,
great.
it's nice.
But
yeah.
like as a barber,
Yeah.
like you gotta like the button down shirt, like tucked in, like
the 1920s
nice shoes.
bail.
And I'm like, dude, I like try cutting hair and being on your feet all
It's a
day.
job within
in
itself.
wood bottom shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was not comfortable, bro. It sucked. That was my least favorite part about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Was it a busy place?
Yeah, it was decently busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I mean, I stayed there for 4 years, so you know, what I mean, something kept me.
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
But then, it was when I had my son.
Okay.
I knew because mostly in New Jersey, barbering, you work on commission. So you know, a certain percentage of it goes to your boss, and then you keep a certain percentage. And I knew as soon as I had my son that there was no shot that I was going to be able to cut hair, and
In someone
work for
else's
somebody
chair,
else and give my son the life that I want to give him.
Okay.
I knew that was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So I knew at that point somehow, some way, I had to work for myself,
Yeah.
and then I set out on a mission to make that happen.
While doing what you love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what we like to say. We have
Yeah.
some people sitting in that seat, and we always try to have someone sit in that seat that's doing what they want to fucking do.
Yeah, it's ultimate
You know what I'm saying?
inspiration. Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of people. I mean, I cut a lot of their hair. The people that have to get up every morning and go to a job that they hate
Yeah.
because they've now built up this lifestyle that they have to maintain.
Exactly.
They have no choice. It's not even an option anymore. You know what I mean, they couldn't quit that job and try to pursue a passion if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they've built up a life and they got bills to pay now.
And that's the one thing I did want to ask you too, like as a barber, because I know myself, like being in the chair and like having a relationship with a barber who, you know, you see kind of on a consistent basis, and build like a friendship with and stuff like that. Like, I end up like my barber ends up being like my therapist, man. Like, and you don't even think about it until like you're actually like, wow, I actually just told this dude that. Like, that's crazy. Like, how do you feel about that? Like being on the other end, and I'm sure like I'm not the only one. You experience that type of relationship with like a lot of your customers.
Oh yeah, all the time, dude. I know so many secrets. I know so many things that my clients are doing or shouldn't be doing or whatever. Like I know it all, man. But I love it. Like the fact that somebody feels comfortable enough to share that information with me, like it makes me feel privileged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not just anybody to them. Like they genuinely trust me, and they know that like what they tell me is not going to get back to anybody else. Right, because if they thought it would, they wouldn't tell it to me.
Yeah,
Definitely not. The barbershop definitely holds a lot of secrets.
That's it,
man.
dude. Like everything stays in that barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing leaves there. You could come in there and tell me whatever you want, man. It's not. I'm not telling anybody. It's
Does
not
anything
legal.
shock you at this point?
No, not really, man. No, I've heard all kinds of stuff.
I'm
man.
sure.
Yeah.
So, like, what are your favorite things about just being a barber? Probably, like, if you had like a top 3 things about being a barber, what would you think they would be?
Top 3 things.
Top 3 favorite things about being a barber.
I mean, I like the number one, just the artistic aspect of it.
You get to be creative every day. you
Yeah,
know,
like
which is cool.
I was never built to sit in an office.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like
No.
I would go crazy.
Facts. Dude, that's why I drive all day. Just because I'm out all day. I don't have to fucking sit
Yeah, right.
somewhere
It
all day.
changes. Like your
Yeah.
day is not the same.
Yeah.
Like I'm not built for that. Like
Yeah.
sitting in an office, like
Can't
typing
do it either.
emails, stuff. There's no
This
way,
brain
dude.
does not concentrate like
No.
that. I can't. I'm like,
No.
I would see a fucking something bounce. I'm like, what? Like I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain doesn't stop. So like I
Yeah.
need to like get that energy out somehow. If I'm just typing on a computer all day, dude, I'll blow my brains out. There's no way.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think
okay.
that's the first thing is just the creative aspect. I get to
Nice.
do something different every other day, and I get to create something like
Yeah.
from nothing. Right? If somebody comes
Yeah.
in,
It's like a blank canvas.
yeah, it's a blank canvas, and I get to mold and sculpt it into this awesome thing.
Yeah. That's sick.
Number 2, probably the freedom that comes with
Okay.
being a barber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Especially now
Yeah.
that I own my own shop. Like I
You
could
pretty
just
much set
leave.
your
Like
own-
I just
yeah.
left early today.
Yeah.
To come do this with
Yeah.
you guys, and like nobody can tell me not to.
Yeah.
it's a good
Exactly.
feeling.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
no one can say shit to me. You know what I mean? Who's gonna? What are you gonna report me to HR?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like nobody can say anything.
Who's gonna answer Braden?
Yeah, dude, yeah. Like I could do whatever I want. You know what I mean? And and then with the opportunities I have within the industry to travel and teach and stuff like that, I could just block my day out and leave.
Yeah.
And no one can say anything.
That's
to me. So
awesome,
the
too.
freedom that comes with it is definitely awesome.
Yeah. You set your own schedule for sure, and that's sick.
Yeah. And then number 3, probably the just the satisfaction, because I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm a person that needs instant gratification all the time.
I get that.
And now I get it every 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's true.
Every 30 minutes of every day. Somebody comes in with like crazy hair, and then within 30 minutes, I make it not crazy hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I get to look and go, all right, cool, I did that.
The person
I'm
looks like a human
satisfied,
being
move
now.
on.
They
Yeah.
feel good. Yep. They had a
Yeah.
positive experience. I'm
Yeah.
happy. On to the next one, and kind of rinse and repeat, which is cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
it feels good. Like every 30 minutes, I get that little serotonin boost. It keeps
little
me going. Yeah,
It's like a bump
like
every
just-
30 seconds.
it's like just enough
natural
to
bump.
keep me going.
Yeah.
Still, it's just
Organic
enough.
fucking, it's a little just that organic dopamine. Just that good old classic
Yeah.
feel good dopamine.
Yep.
That we all long for.
Yeah,
right?
we all fucking long
Yeah,
for it.
dude. Desperately.
Nice.
So on the flip side, I guess then we talk about the positive aspects of this, but also as a business owner, as a barber, there's challenges, right? Financially, operationally, a lot of risk that's involved in that. So, tell us about like some of the challenges of being a business owner and maybe how you've overcame some of those challenges at this point.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. Running a business, it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's different in other businesses, but as far
Like
as
yeah,
a
like
barber shop,
yeah, because like right
it's
here,
not,
it's different.
it's
Like
not
so
too
we're
crazy.
Yeah, we're in a studio
honest.
right here, right now, right? This
Yeah.
is Dave's studio. He runs the studio. I'm sure it's so different than the way you have to run your business. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what you're saying. Like
Yep.
a barbershop, like
And like as long as I have clients coming in,
Like you need traffic.
like I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean, like I there's not too much. Like make sure the bills get paid. Make sure clients come in. Make sure we got hair product to sell that they the clients need. Make sure the fridge is stocked. Make sure everything's clean. Past that stuff,
Like, do you have anybody
not
working
much
under you
else.
now that works
Yeah.
at the shop now?
yeah.
So how many barbers do you have in your
that's
stuff?
so that's been the biggest issue so far is
Okay.
finding barbers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been the biggest issue. I have one apprentice who I've been working with and teaching him, and he's great. And then I got another guy who's starting in a couple weeks in April 1st. But that's been the biggest challenge is just finding barbers, right? Because I can teach anybody how to cut hair. It's a learned skill. What I can't teach somebody is to be a good person.
Yeah,
And that's
very
what's
true.
more
Reliable.
important to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
like are you going to show up for work on time? Are you going to want to stay late if somebody walks in real quick? Are you going to want to call out all the time? Are you going to come into the shop smelling like weed? Like all these things that barbers like to do. I don't want that. You know what I mean? This is not like a side hustle to me.
This is
you
your
know what I
full
mean?
life. This
Like
is your life.
like a lot of barbers look
Yeah.
at it like it's a side hustle. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They kind of get
'Cause
into
it's
it
quick
as
cash.
yeah, it's like a cool thing
yeah.
to make some cash on the side, blah, 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 show up to the shop late, leave early, to do whatever you want. And like, dude, this is all I know how to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to do anything else. Like, this is all I have.
Yeah.
So,
And you
I
have a
don't
little
want-
person that you have to.
yeah, right. I got somebody
take
that
care of
depends on
course,
me now.
yes.
So it's not just me that I have to worry about anymore. I got somebody else that depends on me.
Yeah.
So, I'm more concerned when hiring people with, like I said, are you a good person or not? Do you know how to talk to people? Are you going to be a dick when somebody comes in here? Like all those sorts of things. I can't teach that stuff. But if your haircuts are not up to par, I can teach you how to get better. That's just a learned skill. That's easy. But yeah, it's been tough trying to find barbers.
That's crazy. You
Yeah.
figure like how like you said, with all the positives of being a barber. Like if I I would do it if I wasn't so fucking I'm not coordinated. I can't draw. I can just imagine if I was fucking trying to shave someone's head or like trying to like make an even haircut.
You could do it eventually.
Probably.
Bro, if you saw some of the haircuts I did when I first started,
I'm sure.
oh my God, they're so bad.
And like
It's
shout
terrible.
out Paul Klein. He's a great he's great.
He's
He's
great.
a great barber now.
Yeah, he
I
is.
went to he'll tell you the story too every time. It's hilarious. When he was apprenticing in like Union, it was right around the block
Yeah.
from my house.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll come through. You can cut my hair. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. He's like, he even tells me he's like, I have no idea what I was doing. he's like, dude.
Yeah.
He's like. It was a 2.5 hour experience too, and I was just wanted to
Really?
shape up. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
But see,
yeah.
I remember those days.
But
I
like, yeah,
remember
like
I
those
had
days
dudes in my
happened
chair
at
for
one
2
point.
hours.
Yeah,
It's a
dude,
learning
it happens.
experience.
You know, it
And
happens.
now, I'm sure you see the shit he posts, dude. He's putting like Sonic
Yeah,
in the
he's,
back
like,
of
drawing
kids' heads.
Sonics
Yeah,
and
dude. Like
shit.
he's fucking good.
He's nice now.
I
It's like,
can't draw
yeah.
Sonic in the back of some kid's head. There's no
Right.
shot. Zero shot that I could do that. But he can do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
And it's
all
been a
about
short
practice,
time frame
yeah.
for him. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like he's been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
A lot of people can progress, certain things like, fast or slow. Other people.
I feel like he's
Like-
got the brain for it.
Yeah.
though.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's like certain people
he's
have
good at the
that.
drums.
Yeah.
I feel like anything artistic like that
Yeah.
he wants
There's-
to do.
There's
I feel like
people
his
I
brain
think
is
are like
wired
that.
for that.
There's just people like that. I think there's people who like they can just I'm like boom. I'm gonna be good at drums. I'm gonna be good at cutting hair. I'm gonna be good at drawing. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
you, you see that in a lot of tattoo artists. Like I see, I've seen so many tattoo
Yeah,
artists
musicians
progress
Yeah.
from being like to really good in like a year.
Yeah.
You
real
know,
quick.
like some people like are just so like musicians. Like I've seen somebody pick up an instrument they've never seen like within a couple months. They're like fucking
Yeah. All of a sudden they know how to do
kidding me?
everything.
Where'd this
Yeah.
come from? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
playing
ridiculous.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
15 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've tried to get Paul to come work for me,
Oh, that would have been awesome,
dude.
That'd be.
I would
awesome
love to
see.
have him.
Hell
I would
yeah.
love to have him. But yeah, he's cool where he is. He
Nice.
doesn't want to leave.
But yeah, let's take a little break,
Sure.
and then on the second half we'll get into social media.
Yeah, let's do
the
it.
infamous social media.
Sick.
All right, fucking got my fake remote.
From Fords to Ferraris, Blue Line Detailing delivers premium auto detailing services including deep interior detail, wash and wax, ceramic coating, and more. If you're in Central New Jersey, follow them on Instagram at Blue Line Detailing NJ and schedule your appointment with Jimmy and his team today.
And we're back
that's
for
right.
the second half of the Dudecast. Still Dom.
That's
still
right.
Mark.
Second half team, baby.
We're just talking during break a little bit about football,
Okay.
free agency, things
Yeah.
going on. You asked him if he's a Carolina fan.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's not. He is a Jets fan,
Okay.
brother, like me.
There you go.
Understands the pain.
Knows the pain.
I have to say, dude,
It's so bad.
this past season numbed me for life. I could never get excited during an off season ever again.
No, because that's what the Jets do. They get your hopes up just enough in the offseason to go, all right, I'm back in
Every
this."
year.
I'm in.
Yeah. And then
I'm locked in.
usually like week 5, 6, you're like, I'm over it. This year was game 1, week 1, 4 plays into the season.
4 seconds.
Just absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
My girlfriend did not say a word to me because we were watching it together. And she, like, dude, I was yelling at the TV, watching Rodgers run out of the tunnel. And then,
So fucking inspirational.
Oh my God.
dude,
It's so
right?
patriotic.
and then he went down.
Oh.
She didn't say a word to me. She knew. She was
Wise.
like, this dude's on the verge of just,
Wise.
that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Just
she knew, dude, like, I got to leave him alone and
I
just
understand.
let this settle.
I understand, bro.
It was terrible.
Oh my God. I mean, and honestly, and my wife will say it, that I was up to that point, that prior off season when we acquired Rodgers, I said, babe, listen. I know I don't. She's like, I go, I know I don't always say this. She's like,
Yeah.
you always say this.
You
I'm
always
like,
say
I know
this.
I don't always say it.
You always do.
Something's different this year.
Yeah. That's what we say, dude.
We got the
Something's
pieces.
different.
We got the quarterback.
Yeah.
Things are good.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. This year, it felt like when you said something's different, it was real.
Yeah.
I know.
It felt tangible.
You didn't have to
it
fucking
felt
convince
real.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
like right? Because that's what we do. We just convince ourselves, like, no, this
This
it's
guy
different.
might be all right. This might turn out.
Yeah.
He might have a bounce back year. No, we
No.
had Aaron Rodgers. We had a team
savior.
ready to go, a great defense already.
Yep,
All the pieces were there.
that was it.
And then it
was
didn't
it.
take more than, what, 4 plays?
4 plays. That was it.
4 plays.
When you look back at the Jets season, though, it's like, this is the most Jets season of all time.
And if we
Yeah.
rewind,
It really is.
If we
Yeah.
rewind this podcast, we said the most Jet thing to happen
Would be
for Rodgers to
get
go
hurt
down.
first game of the year. Because I was saying,
we have
because he was like,
visual proof of this,
And then it
Yeah.
happened.
And it
yeah,
happened.
because we were
Yeah.
talking about, like, I'm like, oh, he probably should play during the early. He shouldn't play during, like, the season. It's like, what's the difference? Because if he comes out week 1, he gets hurt, it's ruined anyway. And it's exactly what happened.
This
He
is
came
why.
out week 1 and got
because
hurt.
we've lived
4
it, we
plays.
know it. Vinny Testaverde, and on the same. This is what's sick. The same exact date.
Is it
that
really?
Vinny tore his Achilles.
Was
That's
it?
almost
I
as
didn't
dark.
realize that. Yeah,
That's
I didn't
almost
know
as
that.
dark as the Alex Smith, Joe Theismann.
Oh yeah, with the
they
Redskins.
both broke. Yeah, with the Redskins, they both
Yeah.
broke their leg the same day, the same yard line, during the same shit. Like it's the most
wild.
insane thing.
Yeah,
like when
that's
you look at
wild.
it, you're like, holy
How
shit!
shit
Like
is
the same
connected, yep.
injury
Yeah.
at the same time. Like
Yeah.
it's nuts when you think about shit
But
like
yeah,
that.
Testaverde, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't realize
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I
that
had
year
no
after
idea.
the '98 season, where we lost to the AFC Championship game to the Broncos.
Doug Bryan,
Yeah.
you kicked the fucking.
Well, no, that was later years. That
Okay.
was Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
But no, that was Vinny and the Jets, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett,
Yeah.
1998 AFC Championship against the Broncos. That was the year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Broncos.
Yep.
It was
John
that.
Elway.
It was that year, and yeah, man, fucking the following. We lost that game. The following year, Jets are Super Bowl favorites, and
Vinny comes out, shits the bed. See you later.
Achilles torn.
Good night.
What
Old man.
happens?
Yep.
How
The
many
Mummy.
years later?
The Mummy.
Bam.
The Mummy.
Same
Vinny the
fucking
Mummy
thing to Aaron
Testaverde.
Rodgers. It's
See,
sick.
they're okay. So something feels different now. They're making good moves.
Don't do it to me, man.
Listen,
Don't
bro.
do it.
They're making good moves.
They are.
They
got-
just got the
now they got
the
linemen that look good.
Yeah, they just got the two guys from the Ravens. Who
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with, but
Moses is an ex-Jet who I
yeah.
liked, and I didn't want him
Yeah.
to leave in the first place, so I'm
Yeah.
happy he's back.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
he
dude,
could
I'll
be
take
okay.
anybody from that Ravens offense.
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So whatever, they got 2 guys from the Ravens, and they're fixing the line. That was the main problem.
Yeah.
Good.
What about Tyrod Taylor, your backup
I like.
quarterback?
I
You
love.
I know. I
me.
don't gotta ask
Ty
you.
God.
You
Ty
love-
God.
Yeah.
For
Ty
some reason,
God.
you're infatuated with Tyrod Taylor, but
I would
Ty
much
God.
rather have him than Zach Wilson.
There
yeah,
go.
you know, yeah,
100%
it's an
over
upgrade.
Zach
It's an
Wilson.
upgrade, but
Yeah, it's
veteran.
way better than Zach.
dude, the problem
vet.
here is, God forbid, either Aaron Rodgers becomes our vice president and leaves the Jets,
Yeah, that's
or
now. Yeah, we
That
also-
would be
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, somehow that's a thing.
or
that we have to worry about.
or he goes down with injury again. You
Yeah.
only you get what 2-3 games out of Tyrod before he goes
Yeah.
down. Then who the hell
he's-
you got?
Yeah, he's
That's
always
the only
going
problem
down
with
too.
him. It's
Yeah,
gonna be with RFK anyway.
he is. Yeah, Tyrod's always getting injured too.
It's gonna be RFK versus the RFK voice. I can't do it. You know, I'm really fucked up making fun of his voice like this. If you like this video, like and make Aaron Rodgers your vice president.
Yeah, somehow that's a
That's
thing.
just like that. Yeah, I woke up to that news.
That's
the
a
other day. I'm like,
hilarious
you gotta be
story.
kidding me.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Oh my
But
god.
I don't know
all
what
right.
they're doing.
So now let's get into real fast the little thing we like to call social media. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you start getting hyped on social media. Like you got a lot of social
Which
media
is not easy,
followers.
as we know.
So like
Yeah.
obviously that probably fuels a good amount of your clientele that come through the barbershop. Would you think? Or you think it all started from just solid haircuts and people just coming back?
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely do get clients that found me through social
Mm-hmm.
media, but the core base of my clients have
It's
been
people
with
you've been
me
doing for years.
Yeah, they've been with me long
That's
before I ever got popular on
Yeah.
social media. So
So yeah, what happened that there was a boost in like your social media? Like what had happened? Like where you're like, I'm gonna start making content because you make a lot of content
yeah,
now.
yeah. So,
So like, what was the fucking
so I
buy?
was,
Like
I was
what that?
making content
Yeah.
and trying with social media for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been trying to take it seriously for probably 6-7 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it hasn't been overnight, but the first thing that really gave me like that boost where people started to notice me was when I kissed all my clients on the forehead.
That's right. And that was on like Good Morning America.
Yeah,
and
bro,
shit
that
like
thing went crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they,
crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. One of the morning shows, I think the Today Show or something. My cousin texted me, and like she lives in Florida. Like we don't
Yeah.
talk that much, so I was like, "What's going on? Did somebody die or something?"
Yeah. It's like a funeral.
Oh,
I
it's
saw her
doom and
name.
gloom.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what's
see
it-
the
what-
name, you're like, oh
yeah,
shit,
I'm
here
like,
we
what's
go.
this gonna say? And then she goes, dude, they just played your video on the Today Show. Or Good
that's
Morning America.
awesome.
One of them, I don't know. And I was like, you're fucking lying. I was like,
Yeah,
send me
yeah.
the link. So she sends it to me, and sure enough, there it is.
So
That's
what
crazy.
was the
Yeah.
video for people that aren't familiar with it?
Yes. So pretty much I set up my camera and I told my clients that I was just going to film the haircut just for haircutting content, whatever, nothing crazy. And then at the end of it, when I went to dust all the hair off of them, I just gave them a little smooch right on the forehead.
A little smoocheroo.
And then you just you got to see their
Genuine reaction.
yeah, because I didn't tell them. Like none of my clients, when it blew up, I got so many messages like, was that set up? Did they know? Like, no.
And this wasn't a
Not
trend
any of them.
beforehand. This was something that you just decided
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. I was like, dude, I'm gonna kiss my clients. See what happens. Just see how it
See
goes.
what happens.
Yeah, just maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't.
Maybe they'll be
you know.
weirded out. Maybe they'll laugh.
Yeah,
little happy
maybe
ending,
I'll
little-
be in
yeah.
a fight today. Who knows? You know what I mean? I have no clue. But no, everybody ended up they thought it was hilarious, and then I put like 6 of them all together in one video and just threw it up on the internet, and before I knew it, just like I had to turn off my notifications on my phone because
Straight viral.
I couldn't click anything on my phone because literally every
Just everything was a
0.1
notification.
second, the stuff's just
Yeah.
popping up on my screen. I couldn't click anything. I had to shut all the notifications
That's
off.
nuts. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
And it started going crazy, and then 2 days later, what's her name? The actress, she's in like the Capital One commercials now. What's her name?
Oh.
She was in the movie about the kid who went to the NFL. and
Sandra
was-
Bullock?
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
To Michael
Yeah.
Warrenside?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, that's I couldn't, dude, it wouldn't come to me.
Classic hot.
Yeah. Sandra
Yeah.
Bullock. Classic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was going crazy for a couple of days, and then she got a hold of it, and she, I guess, screen recorded it and put it on her page, like not on her story, on her page.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and tagged me.
Oh,
and then
shit.
nuts.
Yeah, forget it.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
saw it pop up. It was like, she tagged you, and I was like, that's got to be fake. There's no
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I went, I'm like, a verified 11 million
Legit
follower
account.
account. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then, dude, to this day, she follows me.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
solid.
Couldn't
Shout
tell you
out
why,
Sandra
but
Bullock.
she follows me. Yeah.
She's a fan.
She's a fan. She likes the
it, dude.
content.
Yeah. Dude, she's
She wants the
commented on a
dick.
couple of things here and there. I'm like, dude, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is an
Sandra
A-list
Bullock.
movie star.
Yeah.
Like legit. Like
Yeah,
top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Of the
done a
list.
lot of big shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, she's not a
Sandra
small-time
Bullock.
actor.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, she follows me, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
all right.
shit.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, and like that was pretty much it. Like after that, you pretty much like followers probably grew right from there instantly, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
they
pretty-
started. Yeah, they started growing from there. I think when that happened, I was at like 2,000 or 3,000.
Mhm.
That went crazy. That took me to around 15 within like a matter of weeks.
Mhm. And once you're kind of in that territory, I feel like it's almost easier to pick up traction because I think the
We
algorithm.
got more eyes.
Yeah, and like the
there's-
algorithm kind of feeds in more.
Yeah, so like there's more of a chance. Like there's more people looking at your stuff, so there's more of a chance that it gets shared
Yeah.
out to other people.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
with social media, that's the thing. Like you want to create content that somebody watches and goes, "All right, I got to send this to my
somebody
boys."
else. Yeah.
Yeah, like to
it's
people
fact.
who've never seen you before.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you have like a few more eyes on you, then it's definitely easier to post a video and have it gain traction, especially if you know what your audience wants from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Because I always look at social media like it's a TV show. It's my TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're tuning in to watch it, but every day.
Yeah.
Right. Like we used to just watch a TV show once a week when it aired.
Yep.
These people click that follow button and they're tuning into your TV show every day. So
There's a level of expectation.
yeah, right. Like when I teach, I tell barbers all the time, like, because I'll go to a barber's page and it's just haircut, 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 haircut. And it's just a picture taken on their phone, like from the same angle with the same shop in the back. Like basically every picture looks the same on their page. And people don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah.
just, it's not entertaining content.
Yeah.
So I always try to explain it. Like you got to think that you need to cater to this audience that you have. What do they want to see from you? It's not about what you want to post. Like,
Right.
yeah, cool. You did a cool haircut, took a cool picture. But the people who follow you probably don't care. Like they've
Yeah,
seen the
yeah.
haircut before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They don't care. Like if
Right.
you look at my page, there's very few haircuts. There's
Makes
not that
sense.
many. If I do post a haircut, it's on my story.
Okay.
And it disappears in 24 hours. Like on my page, you're not going to find that many haircuts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's why I've noticed you've posted a lot more content.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
much more.
Because
Like
that's what works.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like people,
absolutely.
that's the thing. Like even with the podcast, like people want to see your personality.
Oh, for sure.
That's like social media didn't really change for me until I started using my personality and really opening my mouth, using your
Yeah.
words. Like that's when you can actually connect with people because people will hear something you say and they'll go, "Oh, I think the same thing."
Yeah.
You know what I mean, stuff like that. But if you're just like haircut, 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 or,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like people just don't care about that
Yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah,
not,
that's
it's
a
not
fact.
good content.
That is a fact. One of my favorite videos, you guys actually like probably my all-time favorite video is one where like that chick's milking the cow. You just walk off and you're mooing. Bro,
yeah, that was
I
good.
don't know why. I'll
Yeah.
watch that every once in a while. I'll just go back to that and I'll just have a big hearty fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a
Yeah.
lady milking a cow, like just
Yeah.
like beating it
Aggressively,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But she's also super
she's
hot.
a fucking
Yeah.
she's a fucking smoke
Yeah,
show.
we can't leave that out. Like she's
Yeah.
also super hot.
Yeah,
she's
she's
just
smoke
like
show.
got these like tight shirt on and like this like cowboy looking hat thing, and she's just
She's
like
just
milking
going
the
to
cow.
town.
And then she's like smiling, she's like at the camera and
Yeah.
shit.
He
And then
gets
it just
up with the
it just
the cow
it
sound
just
effects.
cuts to me like I did like a green screen background where it's like me in a field somewhere, and then just did like a moo sound effect.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
That
fucking
one, yeah,
good.
that video did, yeah,
my
that one did
all-time
pretty
favorite.
well. Yeah, that was a good one, dude.
So good.
Yeah.
But like that's the same. Like
But that's the shit that does
yeah,
well.
that's the
You know what I
shit
mean?
that-
Yeah.
And then you had the one that's like the last one was like a big one because that was the like
Which
kind
one?
of controversial
Oh,
one
with the stylist lady?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that did like
I'm sure you got
40,
40 million.
40.5 million views.
Wow.
So how'd that one come
Yeah.
about? Did you see that first and then you did like a duet with it, or
No, he
like,
just made fun
No,
of it.
somebody, yeah, basically, somebody sent me one of her videos where she was doing that. And then I started scrolling through her content, and basically, like, all of her content is like mostly consultation stuff. So it's her talking to clients beforehand, and she's every single client that sits in her chair, she's like, she goes first before we start. Is it okay if I touch you?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
You're in a barbershop. You're in a salon.
Well, there's a level of expectation. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Yes,
Right?
naturally, yes.
You know what I mean?
You would think.
And then, they talk about the haircut and whatever. And then she goes, oh, and also before we get started, what are your pronouns? And like, I saw it, and like, I was like, dude, this is, to me,
It's insane.
ridiculous.
It's
Because
insane.
one, I'm not going to ask anybody that sits in my chair if I can touch you, unless you bring it to my attention prior to the appointment that you got like
an issue.
Yeah, like
an
there's
issue
some,
here.
like, and if you did, cool, I get that, respect it, cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you that I'm about to touch you, but
Okay.
like
Yeah.
in general, I'm not gonna ask.
there's a
everybody that
level
sits in my
expectation.
chair
You get a
that,
haircut.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna touch
Very
you.
standard
Like,
procedure.
yeah,
it's
like
how
right, you booked a haircut.
like
I'm
hair's not
going
going to
touch
magically
you.
fall off your head.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like I'm going to wave the wand and it's going to go woo.
Yeah,
it's going to fall right off.
The little
Photoshop it
I'll
off for you
airdrop
there.
it. I'll airdrop the haircut
There you
over
go,
to you.
click.
Yeah, Bluetooth haircut. You know what I mean? Like, and then the pronoun thing, I was like, dude, I don't need your pronouns to cut your hair.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't need it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't, and also I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
like fucking identify as a fucking Apache helicopter. I don't give a shit, dude. Like, do you have money for this haircut? Because that's
Yeah.
all that really matters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I saw all her videos, and I was like, dude, golden opportunity.
It's a
right
legitimate.
there.
It's a legitimate business that.
Oh yeah.
She's
She's
a real barber.
I think
I'm sure she
she's-
didn't like that video at all.
I never heard from her.
Really?
She
I'm
said- I
surprised.
guarantee she saw it.
I'm surprised. She had to have
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah, she absolutely saw it for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
She saw it. Yeah, she's out in her salon is in Nebraska,
Okay.
which I was like, dude, this girl's got to be in like Portland, or
Right?
something.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
I didn't want to assume, but I'm thinking
Yeah,
like
but that's what you would
Portland,
think.
Cali, something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's in Nebraska. And
Interesting.
then, but then because I was like, dude, how's this happening? But then I realized she's probably got a monopoly on that type of clientele.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
She's the only one.
Yeah.
She's the only one that caters to that type of client. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And
Fact.
yeah, so
Which
I
brings
saw
the
it
question:
and I
who's
made
the
the
fool
video.
here?
Yeah. Right.
What?
Maybe we're the fools here.
Maybe we're the
Yeah.
fools, right?
Yeah.
She's making
Yeah.
all the money. She's making all the liberal money.
She is, yeah. She is making, yeah. I'm sure she's doing well because she seems to be busy, and she's also got, she's got a following too. On TikTok and Instagram and all that.
But yeah, that
then,
video
yeah,
did
just-
40 million, which is nuts. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
because
he's
dude,
making
what's the
fun.
population of America? Like 300 million or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like an eighth of the country saw that video.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
insane.
nutty.
Dude, I looked at
Unfathomable,
the total
Yeah.
playtime, and mind you, that video is like 45 seconds long. The total playtime is over like a month on a 45-second
Wow.
video. Yeah,
That's nutty.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
That's so sick.
Yeah, but yeah, I knew that was going to do well because people have such a strong opinion one way or the other
exactly.
on those
100%.
topics. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And that's what like once people start commenting, no matter what it is, doesn't matter, good or bad, doesn't matter. The algorithm doesn't know what they said. All the algorithm knows is somebody's commenting on this, must be good content, show it to more people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with that, dude, I had people arguing in my comments
Yeah.
for weeks
Yeah.
with
I'm
each other,
sure.
just back and forth, like fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dude, the algorithm's like, show it to everybody.
Give him
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, the algorithm's like, show it to everyone you possibly can,
Yeah.
dude. Like this
So
is golden
good.
content. It's
So
keeping
good.
people scrolling. Show it to everyone.
Now, has anybody have you been like? Has anybody reached out to you from like companies or anything like that, like to like promote shit on social media? For the most
Yeah,
part, like
yeah.
I'm sure you've gotten some pretty weird shit. asked to come,
constantly.
like
Yeah, dude, I wake up with emails from China asking me to promote their random bullshit literally every single day.
What was the weirdest one?
What's
Is there
the
one that
weirdest
like
fucking-
stands out?
Yeah,
Like products?
yeah.
No,
There's, like
it's
something strange.
no, it's never any weird shit. It's usually like some
Like
kind
scissors?
of clothes. No,
Oh,
never
some
scissors.
boring,
no.
yeah.
Some kind of like clothes, makeup, which I'm like, do you not like? I don't wear
really-
makeup. It's
yeah.
pretty
yeah,
clear.
yeah.
Or like random gadgets. Like the one company sent me a food scale, which was cool because I actually do use that.
Yeah,
But yeah, like random like gadgets and shit like that.
that's pretty sick. Though.
interesting.
Just randomly,
Yeah,
like,
but like as far as like big companies,
Uh-huh.
they don't reach out to me because I am not good for business.
yeah,
Based
Gotcha.
on the things that I say.
Yeah,
controversial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they don't want that. They don't want me.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's always just like people from China, and I know it's from China because I wake up with an email and I'll respond, and then they don't respond until that night. So I know I'm like, you were sleeping all day. That's why you didn't say anything.
Oh man. So if you had any,
but they always want like a commission deal,
of
and I'm like,
course.
nah, dude, you can pay me up front, and I'll say whatever.
You
I
sell
want
400
to.
scale.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, sell these scales, and we'll give you like 5% commission on each sale. I'm like,
You do very well.
Yeah, like I'm good. I'm not doing that, dude.
But so if you had any advice for people like people who are like really trying to like do social media show, like what would be like one thing you tell like that people would have to do to kind of like, you know, maybe start a following on social media?
I mean, the biggest thing is just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like just keep going.
Consistency, right?
I mean, dude, there's at any moment, any video you post could be the one.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
that's it. It takes one video.
Yeah, I always say, I'm like, it takes one fucking video, really.
And you know what's funny? It's like the things that you don't think are gonna pop sometimes just pop.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did that get so much reach? I don't even know.
Yep.
But it goes to that consistency.
We have some videos
just
that
keep
do
putting
well.
things out, and then you never know.
Well, that's the thing. If you only put out one video per week, the chances of one of your videos taking off slim to none, because there's not many that
people
exist.
are doing
You're competing.
Yeah, there's
so
not many
much.
that exist.
Yeah.
So, but if you're like staying consistent and keeping working at it and doing it every day, at least one video a day, the chances of something blowing up at some point are much higher, because now you got 30 videos in the month instead of 4.
Yeah,
like you have 30 chances now for one of those to do well. And like, yeah, what you're saying, like the shit you make and you don't think it's going to do well does well.
Yeah,
dude, that cow video.
I
was like sitting on lunch eating a turkey sandwich, and then I saw her video milking the cow, and I was like, got it. I filmed that whole and edited the whole, put it all together in like 5 minutes. Just threw it up on the internet. Boom, did well.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
it's
saying.
just random shit, but you have to keep doing it.
Yeah,
like, it's not it's not overnight. I mean, it could be, but if you're not consistent, you're not doing it. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be overnight.
Exactly.
And it's not going to be long term either. But you have to just keep doing it.
So like social media, do you see like you just like, do you have like a goal for social media at all? Like, or just kind of like, just keep growing it and see what happens type of deal?
Yeah, no, I never had like a specific goal in mind, like, oh, I want to work with like that company or hit this number of followers or anything like that. I just always knew that the way the world is today, simply just having a following on social media opens doors. I knew that. So I knew I wanted to build a following just to open whatever doors would be open. You know what I mean? Just, I didn't like, I knew there was opportunities.
More chances.
Like I knew there was more opportunities having a following. And it's worked. Like I get to travel the country and get paid to teach haircutting, which like I would probably do for free. But now this company puts me on airplanes and pays me to do it.
That's sick.
And it's because I have a following. Like, I'm good at cutting hair and I'm good at teaching and all the stuff. But it started with they noticed me.
Wow. Yeah.
Like they knew that I existed.
Yeah.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
That's sick. So now you've been doing all this. You decide I'm going to start a clothing company, right?
Yeah.
So what is this new what is this new venture you're getting yourself into?
Yeah. So this I started with the hats. I was making hats for a little bit. I did that for like 6 months. And they were
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, they were cool, but they were like just like funny joke type of hats. And like I did it for a little bit, and then I realized I was like, if I'm going to spend all this time and energy trying to build a brand, I want it to be something really cool, like something that I truly love. Excuse me.
You good?
And so that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to shut down the hats, just sell off what I got, and then I'm going to start making actual cool shit. Because like at this point in my life, like I don't really have too many hobbies. But one of my main hobbies is sneakers and clothes. And so I wanted to make stuff for people like me that like cool stuff, high quality stuff, and that are willing to spend the money for
to
that
have the
stuff.
nicer stuff.
Yeah,
to have
like
the higher quality.
that's like my thing. Like I'll spend money on clothes and shoes because I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Jesus Christ, dude, my allergies are horrendous.
Nah, I feel ya.
Everybody's in rough shape
Fuck.
right
Dude,
now.
I have
dude.
terrible allergies, like
Yeah.
year round. It's so
His
bad.
are pretty bad.
Yeah,
too. His are
yeah,
rough.
I get it, man.
Yeah, it's so bad, dude. Oh fuck.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to make
good.
something cool. So
What
yeah,
are
started
your
with
designs
that.
inspired by? How do you create your designs without giving away all your secrets, of course?
So I mean, they're the first drop is 4 t-shirts and 2 hats. Each one is kind of inspired by something different. Like because they don't all kind of fall into like one category. They're
Yep.
all kind of a little bit different in their own sense. So it really just depends, like what I see that day or that week that I'm like that clicked, like something just clicks. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is what I'm gonna come up with. And then either I'll put it together on my phone one way or another, or I'll have a graphic designer draw everything up
Nice.
for me, and then just send it off to my printers, my suppliers, and all that. And now everything's in production right now. I'm just waiting to have everything shipped into me, and then we're gonna shoot a whole bunch of content. I got a studio shoot set up in Jersey City, and then some
nice.
outside stuff.
Cool. What's the name of the brand?
624 Company.
624.
Yeah, 24 company.
It's
Got
my
it.
son's birthday, 624.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of questions like, what's the number?
Yeah. Now you hear the secrets.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So like
Yeah, it's like another creative outlet.
Yeah.
I mean, for my mind to get all that energy. out.
yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like you were saying, like the higher quality. So what sets your like your quality up compared to other
Differentiators,
like
yeah.
shit?
So most, so like your average T-shirt is gonna weigh like 4 to 5 ounces.
Okay.
Right. So it's like thin material.
Yeah.
It's like it's not gonna last that long. Like you wash
Probably
it a
what I'm
couple
wearing
times.
right now.
Probably like a
Probably,
basic,
yeah.
like
Yeah, like it's fine, but like it's not anything special. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And then, obviously nothing wrong with it. It's just not anything special. It's just an average T-shirt.
Yeah.
The ones that I'm making right now weigh 7.5 ounces.
it's a heavy. It's a
almost-
big boy shirt. It's a heavy.
Yeah,
it's a
like
thick
almost
shirt.
twice the weight
Yeah.
that the average T-shirt weighs. So
Yeah.
you're gonna
so
get
you're
it
getting
in
the
like
stitch. That's a stitch count and a half right there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
thing's like fucking.
yeah, like you feel it. You're gonna immediately know like this is quality.
This
shit.
is yeah.
Like it's gonna last. It's not gonna. You're not gonna wash it 2 or 3 times, and it shrinks. It's all pre-shrunk.
Ultimate buzzkill.
yeah.
Yeah,
Worst
it's the
style.
worst, dude. It's
Worst
all,
style.
everything's 100% pre-shrunk cotton. You're not gonna wash it. And the neck gets all bacon. You know what I mean? Like none of
Wrung
that's
out,
gonna
yep.
happen.
Nice.
And because that's the worst, dude. When
Yeah.
I see a shirt and I order it because the design is cool,
And then you get it, and you're like, "Fuck."
dude, the
happened to
second,
everybody.
the
Yeah.
second you touch it, you know like this is not gonna last.
Yep.
I'm gonna have this shirt for a couple of months and it's gonna go in the garbage.
Yep.
Like, I hate that, dude. So
Yeah.
I wanted people to, when they get my shit, they immediately they're like, all right, now I know why I spent this amount of
This
money
money
on
on
this
here.
T-shirt or this hat or whatever it might be that I come up with in the future.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because remember, you were having that little debate in your comments, like, what do you think's a proper price for something
Yeah.
that is high quality and like this? And I think it's just something. I personally, I think it would be like whatever your cost is. I feel like as long as you're making like if you can double what your cost is and make a profit, then that's probably like where the price point would be at. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's generally what you want to do. Like you want to at least make 100%.
Yeah.
Profit margins. So yeah, I mean, it's probably going to end up being right around like maybe 110, 115% profit.
Yeah.
Not profit, I guess, of the cost of the shirt.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Because then I also have to roll in like, I have to run a website, which costs money every month to host. I got to pay to have all this content shot. What else? Marketing, ads, all kinds of stuff. Like there's all kinds of back end costs that go into like just bringing something
design
as
to
small
the
as a
table.
T-shirt to
Yeah.
market to where somebody can physically buy it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that a lot of people don't see. And and like, that's why I asked that publicly because I'm not trying
to rip anybody off.
like
that's
I'm not
market
trying to
research
make a
is
bajillion
essentially what you're
dollars.
doing,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, off of making T-shirts. So I wanted it to be fair and see what see what the public thought about it.
Yeah, that's cool. I think. So did you decide on a price point yet, or?
Not set in stone, but probably around 55 to 60 for the shirts. Maybe 40 to 50 for the hats.
Which is surprising because I always feel like people would pay more for a hat, and I don't know why.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah. I do
like,
too.
I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like you can just sell hats for whatever, and people are like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah. I always thought that too. And
Yeah.
then I'm realizing maybe not.
yeah, maybe
I mean,
you
they
can.
well, they might, but I
yeah,
don't know.
you might not have to.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you might be able to just, like, make
if I
it-
don't have to, I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to rip somebody off. You don't have to. That's a
Yeah.
good businessman right there. Maybe not a smart businessman, but a good business.
Yeah. Like I just want to make cool shit that people
Yeah.
can have, and like it's semi-affordable.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
people.
And it
You know
goes
what I mean?
back to like the same thing that you're doing, like as a barber. At the end of the day, you're making somebody feel good, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah, no different than getting a fresh haircut or walking out like having
Fresh
a new
tee,
shirt.
like
Yeah,
fresh
man.
clothes,
It's like
yeah.
that same feeling. It gives you that confidence, and
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
for you to be someone that kind of helps people, you know, in that way, I think that's really awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think your story, people hear like your story where you came from, what you did, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people. Because a lot of people who are probably struggling right now think, oh, maybe I can't fucking
Yeah.
do that, you know? And then you're a fucking walking example of somebody who
Yeah.
came back from the dark side
Yeah.
and fucking made something
100%.
of themselves. And you're doing the fucking damn thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like the story of how I started cutting hair. I open my classes when I'm on the road with that story.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you how many people came up to me after classes and thanked me for telling that, because either they struggled with it or they're close with somebody who's currently struggling and all that stuff. And you know, I feel like as somebody who has at least some sort of a platform, for me to have been through that and come through and made it to the other side and made it out alive, which the statistics on that is 2%.
That's crazy.
2% of drug addicts survive their
That's
drug addiction.
crazy.
Yeah, so for
98%
7 years-
death rate.
yeah.
That's
So for
unreal.
2 years now, or for 7 years now, I've been a part of the 2%.
That's
Obviously,
crazy.
that's never guaranteed.
Well, good
but,
for you. I'll
you know,
give you kudos
and,
to that for
thank
real,
you.
bro. For real. You deserve a
But
fan
to
for that
be
one.
somebody who's got at least a little bit of a platform that has come through that, to
Mm-hmm.
not publicly share that and talk to people about it, I think would be selfish. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who suffer with stuff like that, and they suffer in silence because
Yeah.
they don't think it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
for sure.
I've never been like one to hide my past or anything like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you whatever.
It's like the highest level of respect I can give you. I give you my friend, for
100%.
sure.
And because we've seen how the other side,
Yeah.
you know, ends and
Ends, yeah.
how it affects
Oh, yeah.
families
Literally
and
everybody in
friends
this room
and
has
things
been
like
affected
that.
by that. Everybody in this room has been affected by
That's the thing. It's a
100%.
huge
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
It's a major problem, especially right now with
Yeah.
everything that's going around. Like, it's a major problem.
Oh,
And to just not talk about how somebody
be
was able to
criminal.
make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's selfish.
It'd be
you know what I
fucking
mean?
criminal,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
insane. Why would I not?
Yeah, but no, we the utmost respect to you, and like we're super fucking happy you were able to come down here and do this today.
Yeah,
like
thanks
I'm
for
so
having
I'm
me.
fucking psyched that you got to do it. Like we were talking about this for a little bit, and I was like,
Yeah.
I finally get to make it fucking happen.
Hell
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
me. I
And you
appreciate
know,
it.
best of luck with the continued success,
Yeah.
man. And you know, everything you're doing, from you know the barbershop, the content, to the new brand, the clothing line coming out, man. That's all exciting. And you know, we understand and appreciate the hustle, so we respect people like you that do these things. And then, like Mark said, what you're doing and you know, helping people in terms of sobriety and you know, sharing your story and things like that, man. You know, it takes a lot of courage and it's a brave thing to do, and it's helping a lot of people. So
Big
even if there's
facts.
one person that's listening to this episode that gained any inspiration from what you said, man, I think, you know, there's
It's worth it.
it's worth
Yeah.
it. There's so much value in that. So
Hell yeah.
we
Just
appreciate
one
you, man.
person.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
And then so like we do like this show we usually do a bunch of different segments. Like sometimes we'll do like this and that, the fucking haha moment. So I got a dude of the week this week. We got a dude of the week, right?
Dude of the week.
Is a dude of the week. Yeah.
Oh, you have a dude in mind. Who's
yes,
the dude of the
it's
week?
Dude of
Yes.
the week. Yes.
Okay. Who
So
is it?
this week's dude of the week is Marc fucking Coleman.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me.
The former
Ex-UFC.
UFC fighter.
One of the OG,
One of the
What
OG
did he do?
UFC.
UFC fighters.
He is like he was from UFC like 2. So he actually saved his parents from a burning house.
recently.
Jesus.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
this
he
past week.
like they just put a video out of him like in a hospital bed recovering, like he's like coming
Yeah.
to now and recovering.
But he was in
And-
full like coma.
Yeah,
and
oh yeah,
everything.
So
Yeah.
he ran in the house and saved both his parents, and then ran in a third time to save the dog, and passed out the third time in the fire, and they pulled him out, and he
Oh,
lived.
shit, he passed
but he's
out.
Yeah,
In there.
in
Mhm.
there, and they got him
Damn.
out, and he lived. But he managed to get his parents and the dog out of the house, and everybody
Damn.
survived. Yeah. OG.
Dude of the week.
Yeah, dude of the
sure.
fucking week, bro.
Yeah.
You're saving your
Hell
fucking
yeah,
family from a
dude.
fucking burning
That's crazy.
building.
And to go back
Yeah.
in after you saved the humans to
Yeah.
go for the
dog?
Unfortunately, the dog did not survive.
Oh, the dog
but-
didn't make it?
Nah, dog did not make
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, because he did pass out when he's going for the dog.
But I mean,
yeah.
wow. I mean,
But
I would
But
do the
still,
same.
just
I
to
get
even,
it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to even go back in there a second
Just
time
shows
or
the
a
type
third
of person
time.
you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not a lot of people would do that.
No.
They'd be
no.
like, "Fucking, there's fire in there, dude."
yeah, that building is engulfed in flames.
Yeah, they'd be
Dude,
like, "I got
especially,
my
I just
parents
saved-
out."
yeah,
Like, we're
exactly,
good.
exactly.
Yeah, job's done. We're
Yep.
good here.
Yeah,
But
bro.
no, it's
Yeah.
great to see
Mark
that he's
Holmes. Hell
hopefully
yeah.
on the mend now. And,
Dude of the
Yeah.
fucking week.
yeah.
Hell yeah, 100%.
But yeah, this show's been good. 48, good episode.
Great
We might be
episode.
taking a little break from the show for a little bit. We'll talk about that some time. But might be taking a couple weeks off to recharge the batteries.
That's all. Been
It
at it
is,
for a
it is,
while.
it
You
is.
have to
We've
every
been
now and then.
we've been grinding hard, bro.
Yeah, you
We're
have
going
to.
hard.
we
Like,
were
hard,
like
hard.
talking about it on the way here too, and it's like we had a podcast before this that
Yeah.
we did for a year before we joined Chop Sports and
Yeah.
joined the studio here. We had a place, we had a little built studio at my house, makeshift that we were using, and that was still a weekly show.
Yeah.
And then
Still
when we came
pumping
on
shit
here
out.
onto video,
Yep.
more editing, more just production
Everything.
time, things like that. So,
Yeah.
And now he lives 2 hours away too, so it's
yeah, I
definitely
come
farther.
once a week just to
sure.
record.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
logistically, it's
Yeah,
tough
that's
as
not-
well.
Yeah, that's not easy.
But
I
we
had
do
a
it-
far drive.
Yeah, but we do it for the folks at home.
yeah, man,
We do it
love
for
it.
the
No, we
folks
love
at
it.
This is
home.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But
Just like you on the content
appreciate
side
it.
and what you love to do, you're just going to do it. So.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's been sick. Really fucking appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, no fucking problem. We'll probably do this again sometime.
That'd be
you know
cool.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody, have a good one. Take it fucking sleazy.
We out.